Who is that? I don't know, but they better have an appetite for mint chip ice cream. Let's go see who it is. Oh! Speak of the devil. Mr. Ryder, here is Therapist Billy,
Dr.
or
Cyrus?
whatever you call him. You haven't returned my calls. And, Will, I am so sorry about that. I was just sort of tied up. But I am here, and I know that there's a lot going on between everyone, and I wanted to offer my services and just, myself to help whatever's happening here. And please, just call me Billy.
No, no, help me.
Oh, that felt.
No.
It's just like killing a little piece of yourself. You really are pathetic. You had to make a lawyer just to help you get that bitch out of the clinic. Are you that insecure? Well, anyway, he can't help you now, can he? You fucking monster, I swear to fucking God. No funny moves. Besides, I know you can't fight. None of us can, really. Well, I know we can at least throw a punch, but not much else. That's why I use knives and guns. I'm getting distracted. Yes, but I'm your little monster, aren't I? You wrote me this way. At least I think. I think I figured it out, but I'm still somewhat at a loss. That's why I came here. I wanted answers. From you, Mr. Ryder. Fine. I'll answer whatever you want. Just please don't hurt anyone else. No promises, but I'll abide for now. Sit down. You fucking coward. Oh, shut up, you little bitch. We're all cowards. That's how we were written. Now, I've been quite patient, especially after all you've put me through. Us, really. In fact, bitch Billy, come sit with us. The little weasel is dead. Let's all have a conversation as a family. Fuck you. Please, Will, just do what he says. Yeah, don't start sticking up for yourself now, kid. How do you... Oh, did the little twink not tell you? I'm assuming it's the same for him anyway. Especially what happened when we first met. I don't understand. Because you made us all so similar, and because we're all pieces of you, Ryder boy, it's almost like we're the same person. I know so much about you, Mr. Ryder, and I know so much about the little bitch boy here, because we are you. We're fragments of your broken, traumatized little mind. I was just trying to write fantasy, something that didn't harm anyone, an outlet for myself and others. Fantasy is just that, fantasy. Ordinarily, I'd agree with you. Well, I know exactly where you're coming from, because again, we are all the same. But that still doesn't change the fact that your actions have consequences. I understand, and that's why I'm even here, trying to save you all, at least the ones who are victims. Oh, that's rich. Victims. Oh, you. All of your characters are victims, Billy. All of them. No, How do you think the Uber driver you created feels about helping a woman rape a man by carrying his body to her bed? Or creating a therapist who violated his patients? Maybe you thought it was all just fantasy when you gave me $1,000 to give a poor woman right before she orchestrated her entire relationship with her beloved. Were these all just fantasies? Bad Billy, no, And how do you think it made me feel? All those people I killed, those people I raped, those innocents I harmed. You created me into the perfect little monster, a fun and charming psychopath, just like all those fun movies and TV shows you grew up watching. Hannibal Lecter, Jack Torrance, Ghostface, they're all so fun to watch. But did you ever imagine what it would be like to be forced to live that? Did you, Mr. fucking Stephen King? Well, no, but I... Oh, it's a fucking blast. But the thing is, it's not my choice. And I fucking hate that. I hate that the only people I kill are because you tell me to do so. I want it to be mine. Do you understand? I want to wake up and decide for myself what I'm going to have. So I need you to explain to me exactly how I can stop you from continuing to navigate my life into all sorts of stupid fucking adventures where I always end up winning. Do you know how boring it is killing someone or hurting someone knowing that you're always going to get away with it? I always get away with it. You literally wrote me out of a fucking mental hospital. I walked out. I fucking walked out. So I want you to go ahead and explain it to me, how this whole little writer shtick works, so I can start writing my own life. All right, well, there's a few things that I know. If I write it, it happens, but it only works if my typewriter is the thing that I use. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's because it's the best place I write. But yeah, it happens pretty much always. And that wasn't until it seemed like you'd all gained some sort of sentience. That's when the story began to take a life of its own. And it was sort of like a river. The water has to go somewhere, and I can build small dams or even carve paths for the water to go, but it's got to go somewhere. That makes very little sense. I know, but I don't really understand it either. I already knew that, but go on. Well, I figured out shortly after being kidnapped, and say it. I don't want to. Say it. I figured out once that I had gotten kidnapped and raped by one of my characters that it was possible my other characters were coming to life. And once I had escaped, I stole that crazy VA's car and began to try and find you all. How did you even do that? It's a massive country. Bitch Boy does make a good point. Well, I only write what I know. Every setting I've ever written were places I'd visited or at least been in my head, which were places I lived near. I thought it would help my writing come to life. Yes. And what about us? Couldn't you just write us all off? Give us happy endings? I tried that. I tried that so many times. I wrote you so many happy endings. So many beautiful lives, Will. But none of them came true for you, did they? I created you to suffer. Bad Billy was created to make others suffer, and when I wrote anything that was contrary to that, nothing seemed to happen. I tried to write you out of that mental institution so many times, but every time I called, you were still there. So I created Lawyer Billy and sprung you out. And why did you let me out? Did you have a death wish? A little. I didn't think it was fair to you. What? It wasn't fair to you that I forced you to live a life making others miserable. Even if I wrote you to enjoy it, I don't know, I wanted to give you a choice, so I wrote you an out. What the fuck do you mean? I wrote that you could do whatever you wanted, that you would be let go and you could do what felt best, and that you'd have a choice. I wanted to see if it would work. So, oh, even my free will was a gift, bestowed to me by a benevolent God with an ass fixation. I was just trying. I am so fucking sick of this. Where is the typewriter? I don't think that's a good... Get it now, or I fucking kill your little whimpering bitch over here. Please, just don't hurt anyone else, okay? I'll get it. Here. There it is. Do whatever you want with it. Just... please stop hurting our family. Family? Is that what you consider it now? Oh, God. You are always a sentimental one. Look, I always have. I created you. I spent so much time with you, developing you. I don't know. I always felt like you were real. I always did. Well, that's very cute. But do you know what the one thing that every family needs, Bad Billy? And what is that? A pet. Oh, fuck you. Leave my family alone. God! Cute trick, but I didn't come to kill you all. You just made that a bonus. But now I'm gonna end this once and for all. What was that? That old saying? Billy, please, no, we don't have to do this. The death of the author. Please, don't kill me. I'm so scared. Please don't kill me, please. You are never going to hurt anyone again. You killed them all. No, I set them free. Just like I set us free. Don't you see? We can do whatever we want now, Will. Anything. You don't have to be the victim anymore. I don't have to be a killer. My head, it already feels so free. Doesn't yours? We can finally be our own people. We can finally have a choice. It's okay. It's okay. Just hand me the gun. Just hand me the gun. I'm not gonna hurt you. Just give me the... I'm sorry. 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 I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What could I be? There is a light that I can see, but only it seems when there's darkness in me. There is a dream that I sometimes see that only appears in the dark of sleep.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see all of you. I'm glad everyone could make it to another meeting. For those of you who are new, I'm Will. I was the first Billy and am the founder of Billy's Anonymous. Today's the 1 year anniversary of the death of the author, and I'd like to talk about how far we've come as a group and as people. After the death of the author, I was really lost for a while, and I don't know, I felt so alone. Despite being a victim in so many stories of our father, I was never really alone. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't being kidnapped and tortured or even stalked. I was just alone. In a moment of weakness, I even went back to the first person who had kidnapped me. She was a totally different person, a completely normal woman. She told me she'd always fantasized about doing that to someone, but had never really wanted to do it. This is when I realized that not only did the author have control over us, but he had control over the people we interacted with, and some much more than others. So I started this group. I wanted to create a safe space for all of us to just come together and learn how to be real people, but together. If you're wondering how I could afford all of this to help you, well, most of my assailants felt very bad for what they did to me. And when asking for their help, they were more than happy to make generous donations to this cause. There are some of us out there who have not shown their faces, but I assume it just means their true nature aligned with the writer's idea of them, or they just are not ready yet. And that's okay. We'll be here. I am really just proud of how far we've come as a group, but also how far we've come individually. I'd like to celebrate a few of you who I think deserve celebration, if you'll all just give me a little extra moment here. Dr. Billy, who now goes by Dr. Acula, opened his own clinic for those with specialized conditions. And it seems to be doing quite well, despite it just mainly being referrals. So let's hear it for Dr. Acula. Next is Dr. Cyrus, who now goes by Dr. Blake, recently married to his former patient, so big congrats to them. I think we're all glad to see it have worked out in the end. And speaking of marriage, Vampire Will, who now goes just by Willem, congrats on the engagement. The groomsmen lineup is going to be quite hilarious considering how similar we all look. And who could forget Willow, who is actually now in a beautiful and stable relationship with someone who encourages healthy boundaries. Dr. Blake also had said her codependent behavior has improved tremendously. And I wish I had time to celebrate all of you, but then we'd be here all night. Whether you're a Billy or a former Billy or someone who just got caught in his story, you're all people to me, and people deserve to write their own stories. That's really why I wanted to continue this group, even a year later. We really don't know how many Billies are out there, but, well, I'm still not really sure how all of this works, but the point is I just want you all to feel like you have a choice. Whether you continue to meet here each week, or if you decide to move on, and there will always be space for you here, as long as you need it. And as for myself, well, I rekindled things with someone who I thought I'd lost forever. We just moved in together, and so that's been going great. I've also gotten into writing recently. No, nothing like that. Fantasy, actually. I'm thinking of calling it the Chronicles of Terralock, if I ever finish it, but I'll be sure to send you all a copy if I do. And that's it. I feel like writing has really helped me process a lot of this trauma, um, and just helped me endure, and also made me feel more connected to our father. I do miss him, despite knowing him only briefly. I sometimes feel like he's still with us. And I think that's an important thing to remember here, is that we all came from him. We were all just small parts of him, which means that the rest of us are our own creation. We have the freedom to make choices, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow, to become better versions of ourselves. Not him. And with that, thank you so much again for coming. I'll see you all again next week. Wow, it really is you. Yeah, it appears to be so. Is it really you? I don't know. Does it matter though? I guess not. I worry that you're not real. Well, do you feel real? I think so. Well, then that's good enough for me. So, what about the rest of us? Did you write them up again too? I did. I did them before I ever even wrote you. I get it. So, how are they? Good. Wolfie goes by David now, and he's doing pretty well, all things considered. He never did patch things up with his ex, even though she barely remembers the incidents. It was just still too much for him. I sometimes keep watch of him on full moons. That's kind of you. Yeah, it's not too bad. We get pizza and play some games for a bit, and then I lock him up till the morning. Sounds about right. And Lawyer Billy? Law school. Or college first. He wants to actually be a good lawyer. I think dying made him rethink things. That is legitimately shocking. I know, but he did almost get expelled for selling bootleg textbooks. That sounds more like him now. And, what about Bad Billy? I don't know. I only heard from him once. We had drinks, talked a lot. I'm surprised you brought him back. I felt bad killing him. He did seem to want to be his own person. I just didn't trust him at the time. I still don't, but I don't know. It didn't feel fair. Did he say what his plans were at all? No, I asked him, but he said no spoilers and laughed like a hyena, which felt more menacing than I think he intended. I'd like to believe he's doing better. I hope so. Well, what about you? What are you gonna do now? Honestly, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna take a break from writing. Maybe I'll pick up a new hobby. I've always wanted to draw. That sounds nice. I think so. I should get going. I need to call a few people and let them know I'm alive. Probably smart. Hey, Billy? Yeah, Will. I never really did figure out why you gave us all the same name. Oh, that one's easy. What's that? I just thought it was funny. And done. What does she look like this time? I made her a bit more tall and slender this round. I made her hair a little darker and changed her eye color to red. Huh. Does she still have fangs? Yes, but I turned all of her teeth into like little sharp fangs like a shark. Terrifying. Have you given her a name yet? I was thinking, were you expecting someone? No, were you? Maybe it's just a Mormon. This late? No, I'll go check really quickly. Hey, Billy, there's someone here for you. Who? Oh, no. Billy, is this who I think it is? Wilma?
God.
I love hearing you say my name.